Good morning. It is cold. It is like 36 degrees outside, which isn't like cold. I mean, it's cold. But yeah, we're going to make the chorizo and eggs, chorizo eggs con papas today. It's going to be good. Really, really simple. I mean, it's like 5 things and it's all heat. Just if you have the heat, if you got a heat source, you're going to be fine. Chorizo and eggs con papas just means potatoes. Relax.
All right, let's cube these bad boys up. I'm sure there's an easier way to do this, but again, much like everything else I do, it's just what I can think of at the time. So you just cut them in half, and cut them in half again, and then you're just cubing them up. Real simple in theory, and just a little time consuming. So if you've got the time, you may as well do it this way. If you don't, then you better find something else to do. I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's it. We just go super fast, speed this up. Now that we've got them all cubed, we're gonna throw them in a pot and turn that heat up way hot.
All right. We are another glorious day. It's a Sunday in southwestern Idaho. Pretty standard fare here. We'll show you what we're working with. Not like that. Relax. About to have some meat in my hand, and I don't want anybody getting too excited. Literally, 2 things of pork chorizo, blood sausage, fantastic. I mean, it's really, really good. Got about 3 potatoes cubed. You saw the cubing before when we were doing the prep, and then I got 9 eggs. See, I mean, it's weird. You talk to people about like what they do for chorizo, and some people are all over the board. How many eggs do you put in there? Well, how many eggs do you want to put in there? I like finding this tender little balance where it's literally you got a good ratio of sausage to egg, because that sausage is going to cook off real nice. It's going to start actually like browning and charring. You want to get your egg in there to fill that out. And the papas are just an added bonus. We throw those on there. I had a little bacon today. I didn't use it all yesterday. We'd be frying up some bacon. Throwing that in here too. So again, when I'm putting potatoes in here, I'm not going to do a lot of egg, because the egg literally just binds it and fills it up. But we're going to do that with the potato today. Get some of that mix on there, buddy. Yeah. Some of that mix on there. And then of course, if we're outside cooking potatoes, we're going to put that parsley on there. Boom, 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 boom. A little bit of that parsley. Parsley, baby. Ingredients: parsley. Okay, I can dig it. So we have to wait for these to mature a little bit. This is going to be kind of a quicker video. At least I imagine it will be, because there's not much prep that goes into it. You're literally cubing potatoes, which is kind of a pain in the ass. The only thing I'm going to say is they were all the rage about a year ago. There were these vegetable choppers where it had a container on the bottom, and then it had a lid with like a gate on the top, and inside was a square with metal pieces. And what you would do is you would just hold whatever you had, your veggie or pretty much just vegetables, and then you would just like pop the lid on it, and it would cube things, or it would half things, or it would dice things. And literally, man, that I cannot, like, I can't emphasize enough how quickly that would go if you were doing it with potatoes, because doing them by hand really sucks. Gotta let my dog in. He's old. He doesn't want to hang out here for too long. All right, so we're gonna let these bad boys do their thing. we're gonna reduce the heat on this side. So we're gonna throw our chorizo down. Wait for that to fry up nice and good, and then we get our eggs. So again, I don't think you want to sit here and listen to me rant and rave about potatoes for like 8 to 10 minutes while these things do their thing. I'd rather just let these things cook. We'll come back when we're about to throw the chorizo and the eggs on. Alright, y'all. It's time for the chorizo to make its appearance. Got the temperature right on the right side of the grill, your left side of the screen. Pretty easy. Just cut off one end of this package. Now, here locally, I can only get this type, this brand, and this style. I'm used to buying, in the store, I'm used to buying the chorizo that comes in it's like twice this big. For whatever reason, just gonna say, regionally, probably not something that gets a lot of traffic. So you're left to what you can find. So, cachique, I don't know. I don't speak Spanish. I'm half Hispanic and I don't speak Spanish. It's pretty bad. People love that. You meet another Hispanic you haven't met before. I don't know, they see your last name or hear your last name. It's like they'll try to give you a little something in Spanish and you're like, oh yeah, I don't speak. Oh my gosh, the shame. The shame. It's like, what, dude? What do you want me to do? My dad, who is full Hispanic, doesn't speak it. It stopped with my grandparents. It's a very, very common thing when my grandparents were raising my dad, my uncle, and my aunts, is that people were not so nice to immigrants in the 50s and 60s. If you weren't aware, just saying. So, at least in my grandparents' case, because they did not want to deal with the bullying or harassment, they wanted their children to speak English and English only. So, that's what happened. My grandparents both spoke it. My great-grandmother was one of the most important people in my life when I was young. She spoke it. As a matter of fact, she spoke more Spanish than she did English. So it was tough to communicate with her. But boy, I love that woman. And she passed away when I was 10. Yeah. 10. This is fantastic. So nope, I do not speak it. I'm gonna stop messing with this. You gotta let it cook. You gotta let it do its thing. Like I said before, it's gonna char. You're gonna see it get brown and go black charring. That's what we're looking for. That's the effect that we want. Let's put that over there. Just let it do its thing, man. We already tossed these potatoes. We don't want to add any more salt or anything to them. Just let them do their thing too. And that's it. It's alright. It's Sunday, it's getting cold. Yeah, like I said, man, woke up this morning, it was 33 degrees. I decided I'm gonna wait about an hour before I start cooking. And then when I got into the kitchen and realized, oh, yeah, I still got a lot of dishes that didn't get cleaned after we did dinner, which wasn't like dinner dishes weren't clean. It was just the 2 serving trays were bad, and there was some silverware. And then, of course, my sons, you know, bring their stuff in late. It doesn't get washed with the main load. So, you know, anyway, so my hour turned into like 90 minutes because I'm washing dishes. Now I got my coffee and we're cooking. This is gonna be good stuff, man. But it is getting cold in the morning. Frigid. Frost line. It's amazing. So if you're not in a place that has a frost line, this isn't going to resonate with you very well, but there are still people on the Nextdoor app asking for sprinkler blowouts, which blows my mind. We are one day away from December 1st, and there are people that are still asking to get their sprinklers blown out. This is something that you need to schedule at the end of summer. The end of summer, you need to start working this out. Get that fall sprinkler blowout happening. You want to talk about why? You want to know why for the uneducated? Okay. So, when you have freezing climates like what I live in, and granted, let me tell you this much. In this climate that I live in, it's not even that extreme. Southwest Idaho does not get the crazy stuff. You want to get the crazy stuff? You have to go to like Athol, which is almost near the Canadian border. You have to go east, which is like Blackfoot, and even further east, when it's like on the border of Montana. That's where you get the really heavy stuff. But in Boise, which is not where I live, but it's the nearest metropolitan city, it still gets cold, and we have a frost line. And where do your sprinkler lines go? Well, they go underneath. Well, what happens to water when the temperature gets too low? Well, it freezes, and then it expands. So you have little tiny 1/2 to 3/4 inch PVC lines that are carrying your sprinkler water to your sprinkler heads from your manifold. And then that water is going to freeze and expand and wreck your system. So you have to blow your sprinkler. You take pressured air, like extremely pressured air, and you have to blow the system out. You open up all the valves. And it's actually kind of cool when it happens. It starts misting, and they do like, sometimes you get to the companies with these like 4 or 5 at once, and you just see like just this big cloud of mist going through the air in the subdivision. It's fantastic. Super cool stuff, but it has to be done before the weather really starts freezing and the ground starts freezing. Well, we're well into that. Like, it's getting into the low 30s, like, I mean, 30 at night. So, look, if it's too late, it doesn't mean that your system's gonna break. It just means that you're more susceptible to it damaging something. There are plenty of people that have like not done their blowout at all, just kind of like rode the lightning just to see if, like, you know, maybe it's too late. They realize like it's just not going to happen. The companies have all done what they're going to do for the season, and like they just don't get it done. And then in the spring, they come back and the system works okay, like it's fine. But then there are the people that don't get it done, and then it does wreck the system. And those repairs are not cheap. What's the moral of the story? If you're in a freezing climate, get your sprinklers blown out at the schedule at the end of summer, and then get them done in the middle of fall, sometime around October. Like October 1st to the 15th, get them bad boys blown out. You're gonna stop raining your grass. You mow it one last time, get it nice and short, ready for the winter. It's not gonna grow anymore. You get those sprinklers blown out, and you're in good shape. So anyway, yeah, don't be that person. Don't be the person with the $600 to $1,200 repair bill for not blowing your sprinklers out on time. One day away from December, y'all. You've got 25 shopping days left. How's that make you feel? Look at that. Oh, I wish we could get a closer look. You can see what I was talking about. The charring is starting to happen. And we're starting to break up to where it's less like a thing of sausage and it starts going to like those individual granules, that sausage really starts to break down. You're losing that not the binding agent, not the thing that binds it together, because it's still very binding. But it just turns into it goes from a big group to a bunch of individuals. It's fantastic. That's what really brings the flavor out. Our potatoes are they're moving along. I think they're just about done, but they're gonna chill there. So the only thing we'll do is reduce the temperature. And this right here, we're giving about another 2 minutes, and then we're gonna bring these eggs on. So let's prep for the eggs. Move your stuff. This is what I like to do. I'm gonna create me a little barricade here up at the top of the grill. Create me a little K-rail when I dump those eggs out. Some people like to whip their eggs before they throw them in. I don't like that because I want to see the white actually get incorporated into the chorizo as well, so where it's not just that really sticky and bindy yellow. I want the white to actually cook, and then once we can see that the yellows have started to harden, or where they're not hardened, but where they're starting to get to the point where they will, that's when we'll break them and we start mixing everything together. You want some of that crisp white in there. Don't want it just straight yellow when it comes to the chorizo. That's how I like to make it. That's how my kids have been eating it their entire lives. You do however you want to do. I'm not telling you what to do, I'm just telling you this is how I do it over here. So I don't whip them. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get these eggs going. So we made our little K-rail, so I don't have to block it with the spatula. We just pour them out nice and slow. There we go. Beautiful. Again, just gonna let them cook. You can season the eggs if you want, but when I'm mixing it with this, I don't really see the point. I don't really see the need to do that. Just keeping this one away from the edge so it hardens up. There we go. Creates its own little barrier, and again, boom, we're just letting them cook, do their thing. This up here, throw it back in. Let's toss these bad boys one more time here. Look at those things. Crisping up real nice. So you got some folks, when they're cooking with chorizo, will just cook it to this. They won't mix it with an egg. They'll just throw it into something. Or they'll cook eggs separately, and then they'll kind of like mix it together like that. That's super cool too. Or if you ever have like a chorizo omelet, you can do it two different ways. You can leave the chorizo like this, and then create your omelet, or at least lay the eggs down for the omelet. Then you put the chorizo, cheese, whatever else, potatoes, whatever you want, in there, and then you fold it over, cook it twice. Or what you do is you whip them, mix a little bit of the chorizo in there with the stuff that you're whipping, let it cook, and then you do the flip, and that's it. You can put cheese in the middle if you want it, or you just wait to put it on top. Entirely up to you. I don't think any way is wrong, personally. I don't think any way that you want to do this is wrong. The deal is, just make sure everything is cooked. If you make sure that everything is at a edible temperature, you're gonna be fine. So normally we'd be like scraping this all together and getting it all mixed up. We don't want to do that yet, because again, like I said, we want the white and the yellow represented, maybe not equally, but you want the white to kind of stand out within it. And again, at this time, chorizo's just cooking, man. It's just chilling. It's enjoying itself. It's very tempting not to throw salt and pepper on here, but I don't. Ugh, it's hard. Just look at it and go, you need to be seasoned. But you can't do it. Don't do it to yourself. Watch this. Bam. Look at that. Nice and cooked up. That's beautiful, dude. Beautiful. Just make it to where it's not too much. I'm gonna go too crazy. Yeah, this is about time to start mixing, y'all. So let's do it. So We're gonna mix this together. Somebody out there is saying he's doing it right. Well, I'm doing it the way that we have been eating it. My wife and I, for over 2 decades. We've been together for 26 years, going on 27. 27 years, 25 years of marriage. She's been eating it like this. She's used to it. She likes it. I like it. Kids like it. Everybody gets hyped. Look at that. See what I'm talking about? How you want the good mix of the sausage and the egg. The white. You want to see the white with the sausage and the yellow. Oh my goodness, man. This is gonna be so good. So once we're doing that, we're just gonna now like kind of chop it up a little bit. And then let it settle. Mix it up, let it settle. And once it settles, then we just throw the potato in. And we're ready to eat, man. This again, crazy simple. I could probably do I could condense this down to about a 3-minute video, but what fun would that be? What kind of fun would that be? Incredibly simple. Eggs, chorizo, potatoes. We like to put cheese on there. And then you've got your tortillas. You can make, you could just eat it with tortillas, just like kind of dip in and whatever, or throw it in a burrito. Sometimes I like to do that. So the possibilities are boundless. It's only your imagination that limits you. Look at this. Oh my goodness, man. Holy cow. This is also good if you've never tried it before and have always wondered, oh my God, what is this chorizo? What's chorizo? Well, you're looking at it, and it's delicious. Sausage, break down, mix it with eggs. In our case, papas, potatoes. Throw those in there, man. We like to mix it. Some people don't want to mix it. That's okay too. You don't have to. But we mix ours. Stick it right out there in the middle. A good view of it. Get it out there, man. Mix it all together. I'll tell you what, this is good. This gets the boys downstairs quick, fast, and in a hurry. Love it. They love it. All right, man. Oh, I shot some into the drain. Damn. How do you like that? Get a good look. Chorizo and eggs con papas. It means with potatoes. Look at that. Fantastic. Reached the finish line, y'all. It's time to bring this in. Plate up. And
boom. Roll that beautiful bean footage. There we go. Chorizo and eggs con papas. It's super good. Tortillas on a plate, whatever. Make a burrito out of it. Do whatever you want. Throw it in the air. It's not a big deal to me. But we like to eat it around here. So that's what we're going to do. Hey, if you've got recipe ideas, or if you just want to send me some annoying feedback on how I don't do things right during my videos, you can send that to LDG Kitchen 562 at gmail.com. Peace.